Auction version 4, the event management software tool from Auction Systems. This is the third video in the Data Exchange Merge Project series. In this video, I will show you how to resolve issues that may show up after a merge. Let's start with issues that must be resolved before continuing with data entry. After the merge, if you see this screen, you know you have issues that must be resolved right away. To do this, start by clicking the Close button. On the right side of the home screen, you will see a red box around the errors that must be corrected, and the top of any panel inside the red box will tell you how many errors in that data entry type must be corrected. A name error might be that two different name records have the same bid number. When you see that, click on one of the records to highlight it, and then click the Edit button to the right of the error row. Assign a new bid number to that record to fix the error. A name error might be that the two records have the same bid number, but the spelling was slightly different in each record. It's really for the same person, but they were spelled differently. If these records were created in two different projects and so therefore had two different primary keys, Auction will not know they're actually the same person. For example, someone may have entered a bidder's name as Tom and another person entered it as Thomas. If this is the case, first edit the record to assign one of the records a different bid number. This is only going to be a temporary bid number, and then the error will go away. Once all the errors are corrected, you will be able to join the two records and keep the original bid number and drop the temporary different bid number in the joined record. I will explain join later. A common item error that must be fixed before continuing is when two items have the same item number. Edit one of the items to give it a different item number. If the items are actually the same item but have different descriptions, give one of the items a temporary item number to correct the problem, and then later join the two items and choose which item number and which description to keep. In fact, you can choose to keep the item number from one of the items and the description from the other in the joined record. Maybe there are so many errors, or when you look at the project statistics, such as how many name records or item records were added, and it's not what you expected. The great news is, right before the merge took place, Auction made an auto backup of the starting project and saved it to the computer on which the merge happened. This is why it's so important to take a look at your data carefully immediately after the merge and before continuing with any additional data entry. You can get back to the place you were right before the merge and then start over. Only the starting project needs to be restored. The incoming project was not affected by the merge, so once you get the starting project back to where it was, you can try the merge again. To restore from backup, click the main home button and then click Projects and then click Restore Backup. You will see this screen. In the Folders file tree, in the middle of the screen, click to open the Project Backups folder, and you will see a list of Auto Backups folders for any project you have ever opened on your computer. I happen to have a lot of projects that I've opened, but most of you will only have a few Auto Backup folders in your file tree. Click on the Auto Backup folder for your specific project, and on the right you will see Auto Backups Auction made for you. Near the top will be an Auto Backup that has, as part of the title, Pre-Merge. This is the one you want because it was made right before the merge happened. You will also see a Post-Merge Auto Backup. That's not the one you want because that was made after the merge took place. Click the Pre-Merge Backup and then click the Restore button on the ribbon. If you're a network user, it does not matter if you choose Restore Exclusive or Restore Shared. Both will do the trick, and your starting project will be back to where it was before the merge. After a merge, if the merge was fine, but still you have some near duplicate names or item records, you can join those records when necessary. Let's look at how to join. In the merge, we ended up with two Wilder records that, although the spelling was the same for the primary person in the record, the secondary person, Laura, had a different spelling for her name. We temporarily had to give one of the records a different bid number, and when we corrected the error, we were able to get into data entry for names, but now we want to join the two records into one. So in data entry for names, click on the record that has the correct bid number or the most correct name information, so it's highlighted in the list, and then click the Join Names button on the ribbon. Now you will see this screen where you must pick the incoming record. Auction will assume the incoming record will be for someone with the same last name for the primary person in the record, and any records that have that same last name will appear in the list on the right. If that assumption is incorrect and you do not see the incoming record you need on the right, you may remove any of the refinements in the middle here by clicking the X next to that refinement. And then you can add your own refinements if you want. If you don't add any refinements at all the households and company records in your project will show up on the right in this list, and you can scroll through all of them until you find the one you need. When you do find it, click on the record and then click the Use Record button on the ribbon at the top. You will see this screen. There is a panel for each place there is a discrepancy in the name entry form between the starting record and the incoming record. Be sure to use the scroll bar to scroll down through each panel to look at every discrepancy to make sure the final join record will have the correct information no matter which record it came from. On the left side of the screen will be the data entry fields for the starting name record. The center will have the information that will be in the joined record. At first, this will match the left side row for row. On the right is the incoming record. Whenever there is discrepancy, if you prefer the information in the incoming name record, use the arrow buttons on the left to move that information to the center. If you change your mind about using the information in any field on the right and want to go back to the starting record information, there is an arrow button on the left so you can put that information back if you choose. Once you have made any changes to the name entry form, all donations, payments, and purchases made in either record will be combined in the joined record automatically. Joining items works the same way. You pick 2 items to join and then you decide which information you want to keep in the item entry form for each item. Thank you for joining us.